Hey, good morning. Yes, it is. It's Thursday, February 15th. Halfway through the month, folks. See, we got a little bit of snow back, a little bit colder temperatures, so it's starting to return to winter. This fluke of this past week with temperatures in the 50s. It's nice, but... So I thought today we would talk about why authenticity matters. And what is authenticity, right? All right, stay tuned. So welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, and this is the weekday show, Monday through Friday, and we do the weekend show. And have fun on the weekends with Saturdays and the Sunday sermon. And I try to throw a few videos out there on how to actually fix stuff, right? This is a small engine repair business. So why does authenticity matter? Now, an example is I was talking to some people about, ways to run a channel. And they felt that I was too broad, that I had to get into my lane. So I said, what's my lane? And they said, well, you either got to do small engine repair and only small engine repair. You have to do personal development and only personal development, business and only business, relationship counseling, only that. I said, why is that? Well, that way the people that are following you are following you for a reason, that they want to learn more about this. And with you being so broad and so generalized, people can't connect with you because you're all over the page. So have you ever watched my channel? I try to connect on a lower level than YouTube, and that is authenticity. I am who I am, and what you see right now is what you'd see if you met me on the street or for a cup of coffee down at the diner. That's it. And I think the part that they're missing is that authenticity matters. I think people find it refreshing to finally see someone doing videos that even if they can't relate when it comes to small engine repair, they know I'm real. And I tried doing just staying in my lane early on. And it's kind of like reinventing the wheel, right? There's a ton of people out there that are putting out videos on how to fix a small engine. Well, how many are out there that will tell you how to fix a small engine, help you with your marital problems, friends problems and relationships, how to deal with stress, how to improve your business, all in one channel? And get a laugh out of it. I don't know if I'm doing it right, folks. My gut says to keep doing the way I'm doing it. If people grow tired of it, then I guess that'll just be the end of it. But until that happens, I just kind of go with flow, that of my flow, not YouTube or their algorithm or anything else. What I think would be important for a lot of people to hear. YouTube doesn't seem to think so. But a lot of times YouTube is being run by how many people are actually watching, sharing, liking, commenting, to see whether to put that video to more people. And I'm not willing to lower myself down to being something that I'm not, or trying to be something that I'm not, or claim, you know what I'm saying. So why do you think authenticity matters in your life? Wouldn't your life be a lot more less stressful if you could just be you instead of trying to be somebody else that you're not? See, I see that all the time. I see that where people are trying to be somebody that they're not. And it makes me stop and ponder why. Why are they doing that? And the main reason they're doing that is they don't have enough confidence in themselves to be the real them. They don't think people will like them. You know, you have what I call outspoken people that try to be quiet and not say anything because their mouth tends to get them into trouble, as what they're telling me. Well, how's it getting you into trouble? She goes, well, I say things right off the top of my head and I don't realize that I've hurt somebody until after. So if I just keep my mouth shut, then I won't be hurting people's feelings. Now, if you watch any of my videos, the good thing is there's certain characteristics about ourselves that we would like to change and work on. We can, if we so choose it. That doesn't take away from being authentic. It's just trying to improve ourselves. See, like my daughter and I, we're like two peas in a pod. She can finish my sentence, I can finish her sentence. And at times it's scary. But we don't have your typical father-daughter conversations. You know, when we talk, it's more I let her talk. And I listen and I give feedback. Because I know what it felt like to be going through things at her age and not honing the wisdom that I have now. But with both my kids, I've never told them what to do. Once they were out of the house, I give them advice. And that was one of the things that she said, was the real her just says whatever comes to her mind. And she doesn't realize that it may have hurt someone's feelings until after it's hurt someone's feelings, and she doesn't want to hurt somebody's feelings, and yada, yada, yada. How's that working for you? And it normally is not working because she doesn't feel like she can be the real herself, be authentic. She's trying to, go from one extreme to the other, just saying whatever comes to your mind to not saying anything at all. And when you do that extremes, come on girls, lay down. Now, when you go from one extreme to the other, you're not being yourself. See, when you're trying to improve on something, you don't radically change it. Right? Girls. Now, if you want to make some minor adjustments and still remain true to yourself, and that's what authentic is being true to yourself. I can tell you from experience that being yourself is a whole heck of a lot easier than trying to be somebody that you're not. Because if you're being authentic, then you're being true to yourself and you're being real to other people, things will be a lot better for you. Now, will you drive certain people away? Possibly. And the other thing that I preach, and that is, if you're on the receiving end and somebody says something that you find offensive or you find hurtful or you find, and that person did this and that person did that, made me feel this way, stop right there. Nobody can make you feel anything that you don't want to. And a lot of times, if somebody says something and it really hurts you, the only reason it hurts you is because you've been thinking that same thing for some time. If that makes any sense. See, people can't cause you to feel bad. That's your power. If you're going to give your power to somebody else and let them run your life, it's going to be a living hell. I can tell you right now, it's going to be a living hell. Never give up that power. And with my daughter, if she's saying things that a person finds offensive or hurtful, then that person must have been thinking that about themselves right along. But I know that my daughter doesn't have a harmful bone in her body. She would not say or do something with the intent on hurting anybody's feelings or making them feel less than, if that makes any sense. But when she's trying to be somebody that she's not coming off as being authentic. And that makes people like me wonder what's going on. Why aren't you just being yourself? There's so many people today that are trying to be somebody other than themselves because they don't care about themselves, or they feel, or they've taken criticism from somebody else about how they act. Who decides how to act? Who decides what's best for the individual? I mean, we have rules and regulations, certain things you have to follow, but in general, but I tend to surround myself with authentic, down-to-earth, real people. And when I say that, they don't tippy-toe around a subject. They call it the way they see it. All honesty, no bullshit. And that's just the way I love it. Just say it. If you got something to say and you feel it's important, say it. And I've had people say that, being authentic is difficult because people may not respond well to what you have to say. You run that risk of being fake and saying things that could run the risk of people not agreeing with you. See, there's a big difference between good friendships, good relationships are all built on a level of trust, okay? And if you're being yourself and you're being honest, and you're not doing it to hurt anybody or this or that, those friends that you have that surround you, if they are being authentic, will agree to a disagree. That's simple. We'll agree to disagree on certain subjects. We're not all made the same way. We're not always going to agree on the best approach to this or that or what have you. right?
Now, that's not to say that you can't keep your mind open.
And if the other person makes sense, you may want to look at it a little deeper. And that means changing some of your core. But I find the biggest reason most people are fake is because they don't think people will like the real them, the real you. And that's totally false. Just be yourself. And if there's certain things that you want to change about your personality or about you, then you need to go to your core and make those changes, but only you can make those changes. And you have to be making them for the right reason. And that's not because somebody else is telling you you need to change. It's you saying to yourself that you need to change. You need to try something different. Because what you're trying right now is not working. That's growth. All comes down to a level of confidence, too. If you're comfortable in being you, no matter what anybody else says to me, isn't going to change who I am. And some people try to, like this level of confidence and being authentic, they'll either try to bring you down to their level, which is no good, or by being somebody fake, achieving this level is no good. Because after so long, you can't keep it up because you can't wait to get away from that conversation because it's just exhausting trying to be somebody that you're not. Just be you. You are that important. So on that note, you guys have a great Thursday. We'll see you here bright and early tomorrow morning. Questions, comments? I read them all. I do respond to them all. And I appreciate having you guys here. All right. We'll talk to you tomorrow.